Hello to you once again, and welcome back to this channel. As I've made clear on a theme of Paul Morphy studies that I put on this channel, his original problem, published back around about 1857-58, has given me a wealth of ideas, and this study is no exception. As appeared in his original problem, of course, where he played the key move of rook h6, the digit 6 will appear prominently in this problem. There will be h6, g6, and in fact it's white to checkmate in a maximum of 6 moves from this position. g7 will also feature, so we have a bit of everything to do with Paul Morphy. And although there are pawns on the queen side, just note that really all the activity is going to take place on the king side. As things stand, Black has material advantage, one pawn up, with opposite coloured bishops. He is also attacking White's rook on h1. What is the key move here, and what is White trying to do in order to establish why we would want to play what turns out to be the key move? Well, if you just imagine for a moment that this pawn were not on the board, just bear with me for a moment. What would you do there? Well, yes, you'd play checkmate, wouldn't you? That's the point. So what we're going to do is we're going to play g6. And so 6 already is prominent, like I say. So now what is White threatening? Well, he's threatening bishop f6, but he's also threatening g7 checkmate. Now, if you note in this position, should Black reply in any other way than how he does reply, then he is checkmated on the next move. There's just no way out. He has no time, for instance, to take this rook, because it would be g7 mate. He has no time to promote here because it would be bishop f6 mate. He has no time to take the pawn because it's bishop f6 mate. Should he push this pawn here or take, like for instance, should he take like this, we can get him with a nice neat double check and mate. So none of that works. So what is the only reply after White's won g6? Well, it's this, rook f2 check. Now, of course, what Black is hoping for here is that White will allow his king to be displaced like this, and then Black has a flight square. We're going to have none of that. No, what do? We play the only move that we can play in order to solve this in 6 moves. So what happens now? That's after g6, rook, f2 check, bishop takes f2. What is White threatening now in this position? What does Black have to consider? Well, he has to consider that we're still threatening that. But now, if you notice, with the bishop having moved away from the h-line, we are also threatening rook h7 mate. So what can he do? Again, realistically, he only has one move. He has no time to take here because g7 mate. He has no time to promote here because of rook h7 mate. He can't take the pawn because it's pinned, and if he advanced it, you just play rook takes pawn and it's mate. So he only has one move, doesn't he? He has to take this pawn up. All these moves are forced, really, by White and by Black in order to achieve our objective. So that's after 2 moves. Black has just played bishop takes g6. What do we do now? This is the critical stage. This is really the Morphy solution. From this position, White to deliver checkmate in 4 more moves. Can you see it? What must we cut out here? Well, we have to cut out this. Quite simply we do, because that would give Black an opportunity or two. So, can you see the winning move here? Yes. It's rook h6, and that stops that h-pawn from moving. And in so doing, we've restricted Black to 2 moves. What does he do? Well, if he advances this and promotes it to a queen, what should we do? We've no checkmate here, of course, because of the pawn. Well, we just take it off. And then what does Black do? Well, he's pretty sneaky. He plays to here. He's hoping for that. Stalemate. So we don't fall into that one. What do we do instead in that position? We play here. And if you look at that, there is just no defense. No matter what he does, he's no move with his king, and he's no move with any of his pawns. Move his bishop anywhere you like. It doesn't make any odds. And that is checkmate. Just put this back for a moment to the starting position, and we'll demonstrate what happens if he plays it a slightly different way. That is the starting position. We've played here. He's given check. We take the rook off. He takes this pawn off. And we play the Morphy move, rook h6. Now we've tried advancing it. What about if he moves his bishop instead of advancing that pawn and queening it? Well, he can still play here, but let's just have a look at this. What do we do here? Well, what we do there is we play either bishop g3 or we play bishop h4. It doesn't make any odds. Let's play bishop h4. What does he have? Well, he has to defend against that. Checkmate. So he has no option but to promote it to a queen. Now this time, you see, we're letting him have the queen. So, bishop f6 check. Forced. And finally, just so for Mr. Morphy, bishop g7 checkmate. That is a nice problem, which I hope you like. And it shows you that from a basic problem, really, it's amazing what you can eventually come up with and weave quite a number of possibilities into a position that didn't really look as though it had them at the outset, but they're there nonetheless. If you look for them, you'll find them. Enjoy your chess, and goodbye for now.